Well, that hurts me in my rotation, not having him out there because that gives me another post guy. You have to – right now you're having to play Kentuan and Brian Pegg, substantial minutes, and, where Kyle would get at least 10 to 15 of those minutes, and his brother would probably be a lot fresher. So I'm playing Wyatt probably a little bit longer than he needs to play, and I'm stretching Kentuan and Brian Pegg. So you really don't get the maximum out of them, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. And they were playing the zone and making it very hard for you guys inside.
You know what? They made it very difficult for us to throw the ball inside and get any kind of post up. And when we did, they collapsed. The defense collapsed on our post guys, and we weren't able to attack like we normally attack. When you look at the course of many games when teams have played us man, Brian's numbers have been up. Kentuan numbers have been up as well. And I think our numbers as a basketball team has been up, And so when you can't get any points on the interior, and it's very difficult to get on the interior, it really hurts you from a scoring standpoint because now everything is from the perimeter. And if guys are not hitting, then it's a problem.
Early on, Grant, was hitting
yes.
threes, but then you guys went cold.
We did. I told our guys in the locker room that, I can only put you in position to score, and you got to find a way to step up and score. And believe me when I tell you, there's a couple of guys that are just disappointed how they played and hurt. But like I told them, man, you got to stay the course. You got to stay. When you got opportunity to get in the gym, shoot extra shots, and you got to step up and shoot them with confidence. And so certainly didn't make enough shots tonight, but I attribute a lot of that to Upstate's defense. They've been playing that zone a long time, and I passed by Green and those seniors, and I said I'll be glad when y'all get out of here. I really will. They got some good basketball players. They understand how to play, and they play to each other.
Devine was giving you a little spark there in the second half. You got below 10.
Yeah.
And then you got his fourth foul and his fifth foul.
I know. We try to lift something different defensively, and we had a couple of days to work on it, and he really was working his tail off, and unfortunately he got some fouls on him, and it's one of those gray areas for me. He's playing so good, and the game is kind of you don't want the game to get away from you, and he got 4 fouls, so the last 3 minutes you want to play him and see if you can't make that run. And unfortunately, he got his 5th foul, and you got the leading guy, leading scorer in the game. He's out of the basketball game. He's the one guy that's been scoring points, so you don't have him available. But he competed, and he showed some toughness out there. Unfortunately, we just came out on the short end of the stick, and I give them credit. They're a good basketball team. We're not there yet, and we're still trying to develop that toughness, that energy, that resolve that it takes to win games like that.
You guys had a tough time getting anything easy. You had only one fast break basket.
You know what? And all we talked about was transition. Get the ball out in transition. Let's run. It's for whatever reason we weren't able to get in and ease the basket. They did a good job of making everything tough for us today. I mean, everything was tough. I think with 3 minutes left to go in the game, our defense, half-court defense, had held them to about 35% from the field, and which is excellent for us. And so, in order for us to get those numbers up, we got to get transition baskets. Another thing I think that pretty was telling for us is that they scored 21 points off our turnover. That's the difference in the game.
You guys don't make that many turnovers.
You know what? Here lately, we've had the hiccups the first half of turning the basketball over. Then we do a better job the second half, but that hadn't been our MO. And when I look at the turnovers, they are unforced turnovers. They're not turnovers where someone is pressuring you and it's just a bad turnover. It's the unforced turnover that we should be making. And so that's the area that we got to improve in order for us to win a basketball game. We can't make mistakes. We got to be on point, and we got to be disciplined, and we got to be smart and make sure we're making the right play.
So at this point, I guess you're looking for the freshmen to really step up.
Yeah. I mean, the freshmen, they are called upon. They play in the minutes, and it's a tough position being as a freshman, but you know what? I will say this: they will get older, and the residual of that is what you see with Ty Green and those guys who are older. I mean, they're a different basketball team now. When they put freshmen and sophomores, they were a totally different basketball team than they are today. And, it just takes time, and you got to throw them out in the fire. You got to live with the mistakes. You got to take the good with the bad, and until they get to the point where they can stand on their own. It's kind of like a toddler. When they start walking, you walk behind them, make sure they don't fall down. And so that's the stage we're in. But at some point, he started walking on his own, and he can do it by himself. He no longer needs you to walk him. All you do now is make sure he understands. Don't hit that. Don't pick up that. So you give him a little bit more direction. But the walking part is over with. And so we're in the walking stage, learning how to walk. And I'm behind them, making sure when they fall, I pick them up. And so we get to that point. That's the stage we're in. And it's a beautiful stage when you can look back 3 years from now and see where you are. But going through the process is always difficult and sometimes taxing on you. But you got to stay the course.
Thanks.
Thank you.